Good afternoon. My name is Brandon Ferrara, and I am here to discuss the topic of between killing and letting die. Killing and letting die describes the moral distinction between an action and an inaction. Now, what I mean by that is that when you physically kill somebody or do something to make them die, that is a action. By committing the action or doing the action that they request or that you pursue on them, that is the action of it. And letting die is, for example, if someone you know was not in great spirits or felt like they shouldn't be here or anything like that, they did not feel comfortable no matter how much help they received from peers, family, her school, or he or she or school, um, and she decides that she wants to take her own life, then you kind of just look the other way, maybe walk away and let her do it herself. That is a inaction. The inaction is what would hurt me the most. Um, letting die is failing to move. It gives it Letting die is failing to move and it gives it the same result. Think of this example. One one person kills someone if one initiates a casual sequence that ends the death. Then the one that lets him die if one allows an already existing casual sequence to culminate his death. Some more differences between killing and letting die are the following. Killing or assisting someone in killing is a result of criminal charges. That's one other distinction between killing and letting die. Killing can ultimately, with depending, I mean, if they give you consent, it is still a crime either way. If the person that you kill leaves a note or a object of some sort that resembles that he or she wanted you to perform that act on them, you are still going to face major criminal charges. Whether there was consent or not, it really doesn't matter. By performing the act, it'll still get, at least not initially, but eventually it will set you on murder charges. Letting someone die could be caused by many different scenarios. One other example is, say your grandmother had cancer and you did all you could to make her feel better with all the treatments and the rehab, and everything just seemed more and more painful to her. And she decides that she wants to take her own life before cancer does. And the difference between the cancer taking her life and then herself taking her own life is she can die peacefully. She can die with minimal pain, and everybody in the surrounding family will know how she was affected by the cancer, and now she can finally be free of all the pain that it produced. But by letting the cancer beat her essentially and eat her insides away is more of a harmful and a terrible way to go out of this world. What I strongly believe is that letting die is one of the more difficult tasks to kind of swallow in this point, because you never know exactly what could happen. Like in the scenario of the cancer patient, you never know, a miracle could come in the next week or so and she could be cured from cancer. You just never know at that point, but it's the whole topic of making someone suffer through that kind of pain and suffer through that kind of emotional imbalance that it just wouldn't be worth it at that point. The and then killing someone, that would be like if if the scenario was switched around a bit, and you know, say my grandmother was doing awful, and actually, no, I'm not going to use that example. Say if someone's grandmother was doing terrible, and she said she wanted to ride it out. She wanted to say like, yeah, the pain hurts, but you never know. The treatment could work. We could be, in chemotherapy soon. It could all work out in the end, but for someone to use their selfish act and to, let's say, slip a drug into her drink or something of that sort, and it kills her, that would be on their hands. Her blood would be on their hands. And that is the difference between killing and letting die.